Hello everyone, I'm Michelle. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be making this post earring from some of the products that I got from lbeads.com. We're going to be using the petal beads that I got, and the link will be in the description box below. Okay, we got a few products here that we're going to use. We're going to be using some 15-0 Miyuki seed beads, Durcoat galvanized matte gold. We're going to be using some of the 6 of the lily petal beads. We're going to be using some of the 4x6 millimeter drop beads, 1 2 millimeter turquoise bead. It's so tiny. We're going to be using a post that's got like a flat back or a flat surface. And then just so that we can, we're going to be sticking it down inside the back of the earring. We're also going to be using GS Hypo Cement because it's got the perfect end to stick down in the back of the earring. So get all your materials together, come back. Oh, we're also going to be using a size 10 beading needle with about an arm's length of fire line, a stop bead, about a 6-inch tail. Okay, let's pick up our needle, and we're going to pick up our petal beads one at a time, all in the same direction, where the little flip up is on the top. See how it flips up? All right. We're going to pick them all up in the same direction. This one, the hole was, there we got it. The hole wasn't drilled completely. There's 4. 5 and 6. See how they're all laying in the same direction. And bring those down to the stop bead. Bring them around in a circle and needle through the first bead we added, the one closest to the stop bead. Like that. Now we need to go back and reinforce our beads so they don't come apart when we're trying to work with them, like that right there. Go all around the same thread path, reinforcing the beads. Make sure you pull the stop bead back to the back and keep it out of the way. Here we go. That looks good. Now get out some 15-0s. Alright, we're coming out of one side of the petal. We're going to pick up 2 15-0s and we're going to needle through the opposite side of that same petal. I already did one. I forgot to turn the camera on, but it doesn't matter, it's the same. Then we're going to needle through the next petal. We're going to pick up 2 more 15-0s. And we're going to, coming out over on this side, we're going to needle through the opposite side of that same petal. And then we're going to jump through the next petal. We're going to do the same thing, pick up 2 15-ohs, and needle through the opposite side. And pull. Now we're going to put our tail thread closer to the back and then go through that next petal. We're going to pull it to the back. There we go. And then we're going to pick up 2 more 15-ohs, and we're going to needle through that opposite side, the opposite side of that same bead, and pull. And then we'll go through the next petal. And we'll do the same thing. Pick up 2 15-ohs and needle through that same bead on the opposite side. Okay, now we have 2 seed beads laying on the inside of each petal. Get to there, come back, and we'll do the next step. Alright, now we're coming out of this petal, the one we just finished up in, and what we're going to do is going to go right back into the same 2 beads that we just added to that petal. Alright, and then we're going to go through the next 2. Next 2. Alright, there, I got it. Next 2. Continue going all the way around and pulling those beads together. There we go. See, we went all the way around and pulled that into a circle. Right, and I've got 2 that look kind of wonky, so I'll go back through. I don't know if I've gotten those yet or not. Where am I at? There. Come on. Ah, missed a couple. Alright. I think I'm going to go through a few more. They're not wanting to lay the way I want them to, so I'm just going through and pulling them all together, trying to pull them up a little. I'm a little shaky. I just went outside and encountered a strange, totally stray pit bull. And he was after my cat. Alright. Come on, these two just don't want to come up, do they? It's alright. I'm going to go through them again, but we'll pull them up. We have the next beads. Alright. I don't know why they're wanting to come out. Or go back, you know. But anyway, alright, now we need our drops. So we're gonna pick up one drop. We're coming out of, well, wait a second. We want to kind of go by the pairs of two beads. So we're coming out of the first two, and we're going to pick up our drop and go through the next two. Alright, and just lay that drop right in between those two petals. I'm going to pick up another drop. And we're going to go through the next two 15 O's. Alright, and then we're going to pick up the next drop, and we're going to go through the next two 15 O's. And I'm going to pick up the next drop. Go through the next two 15 O's. So the wonky ones. There's one. See. The other one's back. I don't know why these two are doing this. I'll be right back. Alright, pick up the next drop. And go through the next two. Okay. And pick up the last drop. And go through the next two 15 O's. Alright. And I see how they're laying sideways with the holes up. So we're going to jump up back into that hole of that drop that we just added. Okay. And then we will pick up a 15-0, go through the next drop. We're going to lay that 15-0 in between those two drops, and then we're going to put a 15-0
on top of that drop, just like we did the petals, but we're using 1 instead of 2. We go right like that, and then we're going to pick up a 15-0 and go into the next drop. This will help pull those drops straight so you can see the hole, and then we'll put the 1, go back through that same drop, and lay that 1 seed bead right on top of that drop. Right like that. And we'll pick up the next 15-0 and go through the drop, laying that seed bead in between, and then we'll pick it up, another one, and we'll go back through that same drop and lay it on top. There we go. Now finish doing that all the way around. We have 3 more to do. Come back and we'll do the next step. Okay, now we just put on our last seed bead on our petal. We're going to go, we came through the last petal, we're going to jump right up into that seed bead that's over top of that petal. Alright, I think I just got caught. Let me check. Alright, so I'm coming out of that first seed bead. Be very careful here. Just get the ones that are on top of the petals. Okay, so there's 2. And there's my 3rd one. There's my 4th. There's my 5th. And here's my 6th. Okay. Alright, now we go back through a couple. And there we go. Now we can pick up our 2mm bead, and coming out of the bottom of this 2 beads, I'll jump into the top of the next 2. It'll be 2 on one side, 2 on the other, and 1 on top and bottom. Let me see, here's my tail thread. Oops. What happened? There we go, and let's pop it in the middle. Now, we can come down through the net, this closest 15-0 in between the petals, and we're just going to go through the 15-0s and the petals to reinforce those. if I can get down through it. See, not the center 15-0s, but the ones that's in between the drops. And then through the drop and through the 15-0. And through the drop. And the 15-0. Through the drop and through the 15-0. And through the drop. If you can, take your time. Through the 15-0. And the drop. $15 drop. Alright, now we finished going through all the 15-0 and drops. And then we're going to come from the 15-0 down into the petal, onto the back, and pull. Okay, and we're going to flip it over. I'm going to go through the next petal. Alright, and we're going to pick up two 15-0s. And go through that same petal. Sorry, I was thinking about something. And then go through the next petal. Same as we did on the front. Pick up two 15-0s. Go through the next petal. What? Alright, go through the next petal and do the same thing. Do that all the way around. Come back and we'll do the next step. Alright, now we went all the way around putting our two beads on each petal. Don't pull them tight though. Loosen them up. Okay, now we're going to take our glue and we're going to put some glue down in that. We're going to put some glue down in that hole where we're going to put our post. Now we're going to stick our post down in. Oops, I'm just sticking my post down in that hole. Gotta get past the seed beads. There we go. Now we can pull the seed beads tight. Okay, we're going to the petal. Let's sew up into the two beads on top of that petal. Then we got to go all the way around and sew the seed beads together before we can pull them tight. No. No, don't shoot my cords. Nope. Alright. Now if you want to, you can put a little more glue down in there to fill that hole. Let it dry pretty well set up at least. Let me see, I'm gonna put a little more glue. Get down. Go on. Alright, let that set, come back, we'll do the next step. Okay, don't let your glue dry completely because we might not be able to get through the beads. So we're going to, coming out of one, we're going to peyote. We're going to skip a bead and go through the next bead. I'm going to pick up a bead, skip a bead, go through the next bead. Do it again, pick up a bead, skip a bead, and go through the next bead. Kind of push them up towards the post, okay? But we'll take care of that. Mainly pick up a bead when we you might be getting a little bit of glue on your needle, just wipe it off. Pick up a bead, skip a bead, and go through the next bead. Pick up a bead, skip a bead, go through the next bead. It's not cooperating here. Let me get through it. Alright, let's see, we're one more, pick up a bead, skip a bead, go through the next bead, and then go on the diagonal up into the, well, we'll do that in the next step. Alright, so we're going to go up into, we're going to step up into that first bead we added on this row. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go through every bead we just added in this row, and that'll pull those beads up close to that post. I don't know why I can't get this bead here. There we go. Go around one more time. Remember, we're just going into the ones we just added, the row we just added. Okay. Look how nice that looks on the back. And those beads are right up to that post. and the glue's still drying, so it'll get hard. But even if not, that post is not going anywhere. Alright, so pull tight. Now we need to work our way down. So we're going to jump down into the bead from the next row, or the previous row. And then down into the petal. Make sure it goes where it should. Oops, nope, didn't. Come on. Here we go. And now we're going to tie half hitch knots. I'm going to go under the thread, pull until you have a loop, put your needle through that loop, and pull down, and go through the next petal. Under the thread, but not through the beads. Just find a thread, pull until you have a loop, needle through that loop, and pull down till you have a knot, and go through that next petal. Alright, finish going all the way around, tying knots. Come back and we'll do our tail thread. Make sure you take off your stop bead before you thread your needle. Alright, I just wanted to remind you that. Okay, we're just going to do the same thing. Find a thread bridge, needle through the loop, and pull down. And go through the next petal. Find a thread bridge, needle through the loop, pull down, and go through the next petal. Continue to do that. Okay, come back and we'll look at our earrings. So here we go. Here's our pretty post earrings. Get the petals. The petals are perfect. Get those at lbeads.com. The link will be in the description box below this video. And don't forget to use the coupon code. I'll put it across the screen. I think it's 3% off. Alright? So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video.